What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. JoJo's Part 2, Episode 17? 16, 17? One of those. Regardless, whatever it's titled. This is the final episode of Part 2. This is going to be the last... I'm sure they won't be mentioned. Maybe we'll see them in flashbacks of descendants and all this type of stuff, but I think this will be the last time with Joseph. This will be the last time with, Speedwagon for sure. Stroheim, oh shit, as much as a Frankie robot thing he's got going on, who knows, but I'm assuming it all gets wrapped up here. I don't think it's been said to him directly that Misa is directly his mother. I feel like a couple people have tried to say it, but story, something pops up, he can't hear them, yada yada yada. And the plan was to drop our man into the boiling lava there, in theory. And at the end of last episode, he was in there boiling, rumbling, bumbling. So we'll see if it's that easy. Like, he just doesn't pop back out of there and that's it. Part 2 wraps up. He gets closure with his mother, goes back to his grandmother. They all live happily ever after. And we just transition to Part 3 at the end of this and into the next episode. Or does he pop up out of that lava and we've got to throw hands a little bit again? We'll see. I don't know where the hell that running plane came from. People told me that Stroheim just jumped on there when they flew over, I guess. But yeah, a lot of wildness plot-wise was happening last episode, in my opinion at least. So we'll see what they decide to use here for this last episode. And then I guess next week we'll be on a new part in a new JoJo. How many, I don't know what's easier to ask. How many episodes are there total for JoJo's, or how many parts are there? I'm assuming the parts are not all equal length. So maybe it's better asking in total, or just both. Like for Part 3, how many episodes? Part 4, I don't know how many parts there are. Are we up to like 7 or 8? In the story is this another situation? Are we stuck in this like berserk Hunter x Hunter vagabond limbo of like, the story's not finished, it's still ongoing, but there hasn't been any traction as far as the author stating when it will return? Like, is this another dead end story you guys have me on? But yeah, I'm just curious of how many parts, how many total episodes left to where I'll be caught up wherever the current time is. And then, because I'm pretty sure there is not a current ongoing season and hasn't been for a little bit, I think. So if you guys have information on that, let me know. All right, we'll say goodbye to these characters in Part 2 and see what we got. Okay. Okay. So, right there, the narrator said he created a stone mask, right? What initially did the stone mask grant Cars when he first made it? Did he just put on the stone mask and, like, cloak his body in jackets, whatever you want to call, so that he could walk in the sun, but truly couldn't be active in the sun, or what? I don't know. He's thinking of armor to build. Because he created the mask to come up with a way to conquer the sun, right? But there was so much that had to go into that, to getting the stone and everything else. What did the mask initially grant him? It's working. Bro, you built that armor. Why didn't you build something to help you get out of there? Is that it? Their narrator gave him a good old history breakdown and everything, and that's it? Stroheim, what do you see with that Iron Man goggle you got on? He's laughing way too much to make me think this actually worked. Bro, will you grab his stump body and get out of here? Guys, no shot. Oh my god. What did he turn into that allowed him to do this? Because we saw it was melting his crab armor. So what? Why did they give him this like hip hop Middle Eastern soundtrack? Oh my god. And that hand is gone, by the way. Oh my god, my man came out of there like stronger than ever. Well, that was our last attempt. We don't have anything. Unless y'all got a nuke. We saw the armor he created and didn't work. Look at him analyzing that shit. What am I looking at? First, Cars covered himself in a shell like a crab. Okay. Break it down for me. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. So you stacked armor on armor? Okay. I guess he created a buffer to keep creating more armor as it was being melted off. Well, JoJo, I don't know if we had another thought. Oh, hold on now. Flashback. Mm-hmm. Okay. Feeding on other living organisms. Fair enough. Okay. Until. But then. Okay, so he wasn't the first. Okay, I thought he might have been patient zero. Okay, created a stone mask to do... It granted him, just off rip, it granted him power. How did he come up with something like that? How did he come up with that? Okay, and then his other kind hated him for it. They're the ones that imprison them. They're the ones that imprison Cars and everybody else? Like, what was the like? What is in that mask that granted him that power just off rip? What did he know? What did the genius know? Did he survive all of that? Wow, he did. Including his parents. He and a companion took two. Who's a companion? Somebody we've already seen. Was it Wamu or... I want to go back to that explanation. Stroheim, chill, bro, chill. I mean, the best chance is to, like, run it back and put him right back in the lava, no? and hold him in there. That's got to be the only... We go in there with him and hold him in there, because didn't he say he couldn't... Didn't he say he couldn't keep regenning the armor? Like, it let him stay in there for a few minutes? The bubble technique with the armor refresh he was doing? What if we just go in there and hold him, but we're gonna die? I mean, of course we die, but... It's like he used lava. Oh, he used Hammond. Yikes. They're gonna have to come up with some Yu Yu Hakusho level plot to show me how we actually defeat him. Like Yu Yu Hakusho levels, and that's like the ultimate plot level. Show me something. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they can cook up. Inner anime dialogue. No plan, nothing up your sleeve? Oh. He accepted it. I don't know if this was part of it. Everything's always part of Joseph's plan. You don't have like a shoelace tied to the back of his heel that'll drag him back down in the lava or something crazy? Maybe Lisa and the others flying off a plane and nuke the whole thing? Whoa. Bro, he's dripping in Hammond. Nuke it. Speedwagon, nuke the whole volcano. Just literally let it collapse in on itself. Just bury us in lava. Maybe we absorb it? Can we absorb it? Hammond this strong? I mean, you know the ins and outs of Hammond, do you not? He doesn't, so wouldn't... Where the fuck did he pull that from? When he went to kick him? Does the redstone still need to be intact for us to... For him to still be juiced out of his... Narrator's been going crazy this episode. I don't know. I don't know. Hold on. Okay. That doesn't still help us. I was about to say, literally just bury us in the lava. Well, he has wings, so he could just get the fuck up off of here, can he not? I mean, at any point, he could just take flight and fuck off, no? They're getting pushed against gravity that hard? Like, what does JoJo do for this? How does he come down? Yeah. There they go, the wings. Oh my god. He still can control his arm? How's he controlling the fingers of it? Oh man. How's he controlling? How is he what? What the hell? The plot is going crazy. JoJo, how do you get down from this, by the way? was about to say, he didn't plan any of this. He had no idea what's actually going. This is actually the moment he doesn't know anything that's going on right now. I can understand his arm flowing up there from the pressure and everything that's going on, but it looked like it actually like choked him. They blasted him into outer space. He's gonna die from lack of oxygen. What? Is that it? He just died off frozen in space? I was about to say, there's no way he gets caught or saved with the speed and power that he's about to fall from the atmospheric sky into the volcano. Oh no, we don't even see it. And that was it for Joseph. Can he not fly back down? What's the plot about to say for this? It's freezing. Yeah. I think I called that a couple of minutes ago, that he's just gonna freeze to death in outer space. Now, how do I know at some point in a part 3, part 2, part 4 that he's not gonna, his frozen body isn't gonna somehow trickle its way back down into Earth? Ice never returned. Some stone. He became half mineral, half animal, and floated forever. So is he still mentally conscious? Oh wow, he is. He said he eventually stopped thinking. What? Okay, I didn't think they could pull the plot out. That was Yu Yu Hakusho level, I give it to him. That Hammond attack created that much force from that stone that it shot them that far. Holy shit. Insane. I still don't hold it against it. I mean, of course, maybe he never returns. But if cars showed up in like part 4, part 5, part 6, floating into Earth's atmosphere at one point, I would believe it. Same way I would believe if Dio shows up in a couple parts from now. I do not believe any of them are actually dead, especially Dio, but who is this? That's not him. What? Okay, the plot is... What? How did he survive the fall? What? Alright, Yu Yu Hakusho, I treated you too harshly. What the fuck is going on here? What? He was only 19 at the time, by the way. Oh shit, he went and met up with Homegirl. Are they in Italy or some shit? What narrator? Where you at, man? Susie Q. Narrator, kick in for me, buddy. I'm just waiting for the breakdown, buddy. What? How did he survive the fall directly into the active volcano? Fell into the sea and got picked up by a fishing boat. Even if, okay, he didn't fall into the active volcano, the force that they went up with and the combating force that he came crashing down to would have been like a damn... The impact that he would have... His body would have had hitting the water on top of the stone would have turned him to damn mashed potatoes. What? Hey. Yu Yu Hakusho, bro. I underestimated. Y'all got it. JoJo's got it, man. What? Still doesn't know that... Or he still doesn't know. Okay. But we don't get to see that moment? We just get told that moment? Okay, here we go. So this famous screenwriter we know of by name. They eventually pass away. Arena and Speedwagon aren't going to live forever. Okay. She passes. Don't say it. Died of a heart attack. He remained single. You didn't have to put that in there like that. He didn't get any help from Speedwagon or anybody, Mr. Smokey Brown? First black mayor of Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia? Shit. Okay then, excuse me. Never saw JoJo again. And he died on the battlefield. Never ran into each other again. Oh my god. Take it easy. Well, at least this part 2 got a happier ending than part 1. JFK. We're damn near in the 90s. We just skipped forward like 50 years. Holy shit. Damn, 87 in New York. Well, there should definitely be dead. Holy shit, we jumped so far in time. There's a bigger gap than between part 1 and part 2. Okay. Guess he doesn't like the Japanese. Is this supposed to be him? Is part 3 in Tokyo? Is this him? No way. He would not be that. I mean, this guy's old, but that guy's not old enough. He was 20 in the 40s? What? Any after credit? He was 20 in the 40s. We jumped forward 47. I guess maybe he could be. Maybe that could be him. Dio. Yeah. Yeah. I knew that shit wasn't done. I knew that. Dio is not done. We know this much. Who the fuck is this? Joseph. Jonathan. Joseph. I'm trying to think of the names it could be. So we did Joseph and Jonathan. What name? When you think about it, I really don't know that many J names for boys. Joseph, Jonathan, George, maybe, if you want to spell it with it. Probably not. That just all went so fast. There's one part I wanted to go back to when the narrator was talking. See if I can find it. See if I can find it. When he was talking about the initial creation of the mask and what it granted him. The mask... Oh. The genius created a stone mask. So he was smart. Clearly, they've said it multiple times. But what did he, like, what was the process? What went it, like, how did a stone mask do this? Again, you're already talking about immortal beings and shit. But what was the process? He just created it from what? How? What's the process? Can I see the chemistry breakdown, and can I see his works cited pages? Like, what did we do? And then it granted him power, but he required more life energy. Because we've been known since part 1 that the mask was like granting people abilities, turning them into, you know, vampires, essentially, giving them power. But it was also giving him power. I don't know how he came up with the process. Like, what went into it? Like, what was the creation? What was the technique that granted that? I have absolutely no idea. So I guess we could be, because it said, you know, that headstone said 39. Let's round it to 40. And then we jumped to 40. We jumped to 87, which would have only been 40 something more years. And he was 20 at the time. So he would have only been in his 60s, 70s. Yeah, that guy in the airport could have definitely 100% been him then. Okay. The time gap just seemed so massive to me. I'm assuming whoever this is the next one. Dio in the casket, 100% for sure. So the next arc's going to be in Tokyo. So we were in London for part 1. London? I know were we in London? We were in London. Were we in America? Wait, I might have my... Were we in America for part 2? We spent so much time in like Germany and Italy that I don't even know if... I feel like we started in America, but the story really wasn't really taking place there. Regardless, heading to Tokyo. And I'm curious, because I'm pretty sure... I don't know how many parts there are, but I'm pretty sure we have at least 4, if not 5 or 6. Are we... Because we're jumping like decades. Is the current part, whatever the latest part is, are we in the 2000s? Are we in like 2010? That'd be kind of interesting, kind of dope. That could be kind of cool, depending on the scenery they choose to show and the locations that we're at. Yeah, I don't know how any of that was possible. You know, the red stone. Where did he even get the red stone? Because wasn't it on cars in the mask? Did he just leave the mask behind and we happened to grab the stone? Did he grab the stone when he made contact with him at some point? I have absolutely no idea. So okay, the stone, Hammond, amplification, you know, all that power going into the active volcano, you know, turned its power dial to 1000, causing that crazy eruption. Sure. Crazy enough to send them all the way out of Earth's atmosphere. Pretty crazy. Joseph said he didn't plan any of it. His hand looked like it was actively like choking him. Wasn't planned. None of it was planned by him. He had the red stone, coincidence raised it, and then everything from there was just luck of the draw. Plot going crazy. And I was like, what, is he gonna run out of oxygen? He's just gonna freeze out there in outer space, and he freezes to death. It was interesting that it happened so fast, because I felt like if he had more time to kind of like cycle through different animals or something like that, warm-blooded ones maybe, something with quicker, faster wings or muscle, that he'd be able to get back into the stride, but freezes that fast. And the narrator said he never returned to Earth again. So he's just out there in the cosmos. He's out there in the MCU somewhere, just floating around for all eternity. And it didn't freeze his mind. He's literally in there conscious to a point that he just had to stop thinking. All of that, so that was insane already. But you know, It's fine, I get it. The fact that Joseph survived is absolutely insanity. Now, I've seen some crazy shit with Yu Yu Hakusho, and they're still going. Just even if he landed on a bed of cotton, pillows, Tempur-Pedic mattresses as far as the eye can see, there's just no way the impact and the force that he was coming down on that small meteor, that his body wouldn't have turned to just straight sludge when it made contact with the base of the water. Who knows? Get scooped up. It's fine in 2 weeks. They keep it moving. Crazy, crazy stuff. I feel like by default, it's easier to say that if you've only seen part 1 and 2, which I have, it's easier by default to say that Joseph is the preferred JoJo. Just because he gets so much more action, we're not really having to learn Hamon. He gets all these crazy fight scenes and everything. When with part 1, you know, half of it was like before Dio turned into anything, and before Jonathan knew any abilities. So there's not really much like coolness to give him on screen time, and you know, Joseph's got, you know, he's funny and he's got this and got that. But I think of like putting them at like on an just a like, I think I prefer Jonathan, in my opinion. Again, I think it's easy to say Joseph because he gets all the cool moments, the funny moments. He's got the clothes, the drip, just, oh yeah, I get it. But I feel like boiling them down, again, power-wise, of course, like all that, of course, is going to go to Joseph. But I think just me, I prefer Jonathan, personally. We'll see who this is. I'm assuming this is our next. He's up next. Dio is back in play. And Speedwagon, man, salute to a real one. He's probably been my favorite character this entire time through part 1 and through part 2. Stroheim was making a strong chase there at the end with his character. But yeah, Speedwagon still is at the top of the leaderboard. I would say, I guess you could ask the question like, what? So with part 1's villain and part 2's villain, who did you prefer? I feel like part 2 had multiple villains going on, as also trying to learn about everything. That was hard to kind of flesh Cars out as much as screen time as like Dio was getting, and Dio's coming back around. So it's kind of like it's like a Dragon Ball situation or something else where like you've got a villain that you started at, it's like Frieza. It's like comparing Frieza and Cell. Some people might say they prefer Cell, but man, Frieza comes back around and comes back around again and again and again. It's like there's so many moments that Frieza gets that I feel like there's going to be so many Dio moments that like even if Cars started out better as a more likable villain or whatever you prefer, Dio's going to get so many more moments. It's just like Cars doesn't have enough material to keep up. So we'll see. Solid part 1, solid part 2. Part 2 definitely more, you know, quicker, action packed, so it was an easier watch. But that's with a lot of season 1s on things, you know. You've got to flesh characters, the world, power system and everything. But yeah, I do prefer Jonathan over Joseph, so we'll see what part 3 JoJo has to give. And yeah, you guys fill me in on the information as far as how many more parts do I have and how many more episodes total do I have, and what is the current status of the current time of JoJo's so far. I don't want to search for things because I'll get spoiled, so you guys feel free to let me know. We'll go from there. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,